are playing against the Falkland Islands of Cecil Alexander, Chris Locke and Ollie Thompson. You join us on end 4 of Falklands lead 3-1.
Well, it's one in a measure. Well, it's one in a measure. No, this one's a foot. This one's about 10 inches down. About 10 inches down, bowl. It's in front of the bowl.
So the games at the Island Games, as I mentioned before, we're starting with the triples over the first couple of days. The final of the triples is actually on Tuesday morning. The triples is drawn into 2 groups. We have Group A and Group B. The games this morning are from Group A. Over on rink 2 you'll notice that there's another game going on, and that is Guernsey versus Janosmont. Next our feature game this morning is Jersey versus the Falkland Islands. What we can tell you, we had the fantastic opening ceremony for the games last night in St Peter Port, where all 2,500 athletes walked out in front of loads of spectators. And there's 14 sports here, and the motto for the games is we're bringing islands together.
Okay, it's a good place. Okay, it's a good place.
Right, you ran that. Right, you ran that.
Thank you for joining me. My name's Janice Gower, and I'm with you for the 5 days play here at the International Games. And I'll be keeping you informed of any information and hopefully the excitement of the games that are in play. The Island Games, for those of you that are just tuning in for the first time, is a bi-annual event, and this is the 19th time it's been run. It first started in the Isle of Man back in 1985, and Guernsey is the first host to host the games 3 times. It hosted back in 1987 and also 2005. But indoor bowls hasn't always featured. It depends on how many islands play a sport and how many islands want to compete in that sport. So the last time that bowls was played was back in 2005 up in Shetland. So it's exciting times here for the Guernsey Indoor Bowls Club and for indoor bowls in general. So the guys here at the club thought we'd try and put out a live stream to you so that you could follow some of the action. We have games today. After this game we have another one at 12 o'clock, one at 3 o'clock and one at 6 o'clock. So you'll be able to join me as and when you can throughout the day. Those eagle-eyed of you will notice that it's a triple of ladies playing a triple of men on the Rink 5 feature rink this morning, and they are open events. We have open triples up till Tuesday morning, and then we swap to open pairs and open singles. As I say, I'll try and guide you through the event as we go. We're watching on Rink 5 here, and the skip for Jersey, Sally Black, is just having a look at what shot she's going to play. It's her first Island Games. It's only a second year indoor. She was quite excited about being part of this Jersey team. She saw it on TV and thought it looked like a great game to have a go at. So here she is now. She's playing it down the backhand. She's been drawing very well in the first 3 ends. Trying to steer this in, playing a slight runner. Very small target off that backhand. Well, Cecil, who's on the mat, who's from the Falkland Islands. No stranger to competition at this level. We actually did our athlete's oath earlier in the day when we had our opening ceremony, and you'll be able to pick that up live off the YouTube stream. We have it recorded there for you. Great opening ceremony. Again, she's trying just down this backhand. Looks under to me. Might just get a connection. Good bowl.
Yeah, well done. Just one. Yeah, well done. Just one. Well done.
Managed to cut it down to one.
About a foot. About a foot.
Cecil just looking for a wide draw here. Cecil's one of the favourites for the singles towards the back end of the week.
Yours is just that up. Yours is just that up. All it needs is one roll. All it needs is one roll. All around. Just the one
Bit of
down.
information on the islands that are taking part this morning. There's 24 islands competing in this year's NatWest International Island Games. And Jersey has a population of 103,000 to call from, and Falklands only have 4,000 residents to call from. So the nature of the games, we have some small islands and we have some larger islands competing, and Jersey is probably the largest population island competing here in Guernsey. If you want to come down to the stadium, it's quite a good one to come down to if you're interested in sport in general, because we also have the shooting is down here, as well as the table tennis. Earlier today we also had Jet the mascot puffin, who paid a quick visit to commentary as well. So another shot to the Falkland Islands. So they lead 4-1 after 4 ends. Again, I know for the viewers out there, just to let you know that the games are played for 2.5 hours. The end that's in play at the 2.5 hours will be completed. Playing 3-bowl triples. When it comes to the group stages, which I know you'll all be interested in towards the end of tomorrow evening, the team that tops Group A will play the team that tops Group B in the gold and silver medal final, and those that finish up in the runners-up spot will actually get bronze medals, all of them. So, friendly games. It's been all smiles here in the build-up and the practice. Question for the leads in triples is to just try and get as close as they can, start building the head for the skip. Holly Thompson there leading for the Falkland Islands. Actually leading in the triples here, but he's actually the skip when it comes to the pairs event later on in the week. And the lead for Jersey is Anne Cross. She's competing in the singles and the triples here. It's her first international island game. She watched the bowling at the Commonwealth Games and was inspired to have a go. Lovely lady. I had a bit of a chat yesterday to Anne. Everybody was really, really friendly yesterday and chatting away, but obviously now we get to the serious stuff of the bowls itself. just under the line here. Just struggling for pace, both leads here. Playing away from where our commentary position is. Number 2 player for the Falklands is Chris Locke. Had a bit of a chat to Chris and his good lady yesterday at the opening ceremony. He has competed at the highest level because he's competed in the 2022 Commonwealth Games. He played in the singles there and the doubles. Meanwhile, Jean Holmes, who's the number 2 for Jersey, has had title success. She won the gold in the British Isles. It was outdoors, she mentioned to me. She does play a lot of outdoor bowls. And in 2018, she actually qualified in all 4 of the British Isles disciplines. She started outdoor bowling about 10 years ago for something to do. And the head's building up nicely now. Sally just asking Jean to play down this backhand, try and reach the jack high bowl. What is the pace like? The line looks pretty good. What a good bowl. Just what your skip asks for, that's all you can do. Cecil asking for a similar bowl from Chris. Let's rest on that last bowl. Looks under the line here, Chris. All 6 bowlers seem to have settled down very well. As I mentioned, we had an opening ceremony here this morning, and it does take a little bit of settling down just after something like that. Both skips have to leave the head and go down to the mat at the same time. The leads and number 2s cannot go up to the head, but the skips can come up after they've played a bowl, and then in turn can come up after each bowl. And if there's any problems with the rules while we're here, we have some of the best in the world here. Well, in my opinion, that they are the best in the world, because we have 4 of the World Bowls Tour umpires and ITOs. And at the moment out there is head umpy himself, Alan Thornhill, and his right hand man out there this morning is Dan Blewett. Again, just looks under the line, so it still leaves Cecil a chance of reaching this bowl and just resting off it down the backhand. Must look a nice target from the mat. Oh, what a great effort. Just a bowl wide, really. Sally needs to try and close this down to stop him doing that. Something just short, or actually reach the jack and just turn it round. It's a good line. Doesn't want to do any damage. Well, Cecil just needs to just adjust that weight slightly. His line looks very good. His line looks very good. Oh, he's just overplayed it again.
No change.
No indication at the moment, but I think it was one shot to the Jersey ladies. We'll keep you informed of the games going on the other rinks. And at the moment, the game between Guernsey and Unismont. Guernsey currently leading 9-0 after 5 ends. Of course, it is the home stadium, so there's a lot of pressure on the home players here, expected to do well. And the 3 ladies over there from Unismont are Crown Green bowlers. The first time they've actually picked up indoor bowls. I was actually helping them earlier to work out how to put the stickers on their bowls, so they're here to enjoy it, experience the games. And they are actually hosting the games in 4 years' time, and they were rather hoping some of the competitors might have a go at Crown Green, because on the island of Anglesey there is only Crown Green bowls, and Unismont is Anglesey, to those of you that are trying to work out where you can find that on the map. So back over to the feature game. Hans just pulled up a bit short there. It's quite interesting, I always think. You'll know if you've listened to my commentary before, I always look at the pattern on a card. And the Falkland Islands, pretty strong coming towards the commentary position. Again, just the nice draw around down the forehand. She thinks she's tight again. Trying to steer it. Oh, got a great little edge off the short bowl there. It was a good pace. So, Ollie, can you just draw back in here? Touch on the jack. Just like Anne did, would be very good. Looking good. Just run through, but it's in a good position there. It's a nice receiving position. A skip is always happy to see a bowl 2 feet behind the jack. Again, it's just down the forehand. short. Been a mixture of weather here in Guernsey the last couple of days. We had it very, very warm, and then we had a little bit of rain yesterday. Tiny bit cooler this morning. But the sun is shining on the athletes.
Een meter extra klus.
Very much a question of the first player to this jack down this forehand. The backhand is a bit snarled up. Is Chris going to go through the gap here? That's another bowl waiting.
Good effort. Zet tijd more green crus. Very low. Very low.
This looks a nice wide drawing line. I don't know whether he's got the pace. Has he got the pace? Oh, he's very unlucky again. Great receiving bowl. Cecil will be quite happy with that. Little touch on the jack. Jersey ladies just need to watch for this. They need to cover that. Do it themselves first. Try and take the shot away from Cecil. Just overplayed. The idea was there. This looks a very good bowl. Just at the right time. Sally. Cecil having a ponder. He might have come up to just have a look at the angle on that, because if he actually does get a piece of that bowl, it would spring the jack back to the Falklands waiting bowls. He's seen the shot. He's playing it. Going to get the right connection. He's got the connection on the bowl. Well played. That was a great bowl from Cecil. As I mentioned before, he's one of the favourites here for the singles. He's competed in a lot of the big events internationally. Cecil says the big part about bowls for him is the friends he's made over the years. He played over in Australia early in the year in the World Championships over there. And he took one of the favourites here, Marion, to a tie break. So he's well versed in competition and pressure games. And of course that name Merian will feature again, and will certainly feature in our second game here today at lunchtime, when probably the most famous indoor player in these times from Guernsey, Ali Merian MBE, will be taking to the rinks with her triple, so join us for that at 12 o'clock. Just a nice draw now for Sally down this backhand. Got to put it wide enough to get around the short bowl. And she's certainly put it wide enough. I think she's put too much weight in it down this backhand on rink 5. Going back to where the commentary position is, it does have a hang anyway, so she had to be perfect with that. Cecil doesn't want to play it down the backhand because he doesn't want to give Sally a ledge to sit off. I think it could be possibly 3. Looking further than 3. Chris certainly is looking confident it could be more. Measures are coming out of pockets. I've noticed Alan Thornhill is poised to take to the rink to measure if required.
Well done, Falkland.
Again, the Falklands have been very confident playing towards the commentary position. Yeah, Ollie's right to ask here, because like I say, the ladies from Jersey have won the last couple of ends going away from commentary, so perhaps they just need to consider where they're going to put this jack. The score's just been changed now, so after 6 ends in this Group A triples game here at the NatWest International Island Games at the Indoor Bowls, Falkland Islands lead 8-2. And over on the other rink, Guernsey are getting a good lead there. They need 10-0. As I mentioned before, these games are up to 2.5 hours, or 18 ends, whichever comes the quickest. And of course, it's a group game, so they really need to consider the fact of how many shots they can get for aggregate, getting the win as well. There's all sorts of manner of things to take into account when you're playing in a group. 2 points awarded for a win, 1 point for a draw, because obviously if we got to the 2.5 hours and they haven't played the 18 ends, or even if they have played the 18 ends, the game might be a draw, so they'd only get 1 point for that. And if it's tied at the end of the group stages, it would actually come to shots difference, so A 10-0 lead for Guernsey and an 8-2 lead for the Falklands could be quite significant going to the end of the triples.
Very good effort, Ollie.
Yeah, stay there, because even if you turn yours, it'll sit on that.
So it's quite nice because I'm hoping you're picking up a bit of the skip's instructions to their players.
Come on. Come on, run. Oh.
Same shot as Ollie just played. Just play for the sort of a white with a foot through. Just into these two.
I'll nominate that just now.
Yep. Do anything about that.
So it's very interesting to hear what skips are calling shots wise. And bowls is bowls wherever you play in the world, but some countries can be a little bit more aggressive. As I mentioned before, the guys that are here from Yunismon, they play crown green. They don't actually play
There's a line through
indoors or
there.
outdoors
Come round, sit here, cover here.
flat green
Leave it
bowls,
there.
so they might have a slightly different tactic. We'll hopefully see them at some point in time on the feature rink.
Yes, no, Jean. Just wait, that's all. Got the line. That's the line.
Meter and a half short. Line is not too bad.
Yeah, just asking him to reach those bowls. Off the forehand.
And a chance. It needs to get here.
Oh, a good shot there from
It's just your weight.
Chris, just about a foot
Just your
short.
weight. The line's good. Okay, same
It's
line.
either that or I stay this one and hot something. Okay.
Get here.
Jean just being asked here to put a positional bowl in.
Yeah.
Just reach behind. Just overplayed it.
Just add that meter to it. Just once again, just in here. Line is
Never
fine. Just
wasted
an
at the
extra
back,
meter
we
on the
say.
weight.
Just a little bit over.
It's a bit of a narrow now. It's okay.
Just your weight.
And come this way.
Yeah, put another one in the head if you want, but I'd rather cover here.
Yeah,
Come
still
round and
asking
cover
for a
here.
bowl just behind. Positional. Take a bit of weight out, Jean.
Yeah, excellent.
Certainly looks better for weight. I think Sally will be happy with that one. The umpires will be keeping an eye on any slow play throughout the next 5 days. But certainly these two teams are not wasting any time. In fact, Sally just having a little bit of a jog back to the mat there. Nice little runner here from Cecil. He got a bit of a connection. He was really a bit tight with his delivery.
Play this way.
James asking for a blocking bowl here. Technical hitch, we didn't just quite see the result of that, but it certainly flicked the bowl out. Yeah, Cecil's doing right. He's coming up to have a look at this. She'll be disappointed with that because it's really opened it up now. Be having a look at this because this is just a nice draw weight for him. Target bowl, really, the back bowl. Just to the side of Chris's left foot there.
I don't want to knock it out either because it's got back.
Camera shot shows we've got a nice few people in watching. Down at the Guernsey Indoor Bowls Stadium here, and as I mentioned before, we've also got shooting at the venue and table tennis. So it's a nice run outside doing amazing bacon butties because the sports coordinator here has just sat next to me doing the live scoring and had a bacon sandwich. And, he's not going to be allowed to do that other days because the smell was just too good. Now it's well worth coming down, grab yourself a brew, grab yourself a sandwich, come and have a look at the indoor bowls. Might fancy joining, trying and having a go. Now, what's the pace like? Just overplayed it.
Chris, the ball behind you. Chris, the ball behind you. No behind you. No behind you. That has your feet covered. That has your feet covered. If I should move the jack, do they still count? Or do they still count?
I would favour.
Stick to my previous line. Stick to my previous line. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you.
Better.
Looks down a good line here. Now, what's your pace like? Because it looks down a great line. Is it going to make the trip? Oh, slap of the thigh there for Cecil. Perfect line.
Two down. You were 3 yards through.
Sally just needs to compose herself now. She struggled with her first bowl, just opening the head up. There is a nice open draw there. Doing the right thing, walking up, just having a look herself, see which bowl she has to get past, which bowl she has to try and beat. Anything just past the short bowl should just drift in for a pace. Nice wide line. What is the pace like? Just a little bit disappointed with that for her. They've got it solid. That's one taken out for Falkland Islands. They're looking at the second. Don't forget, our camera angles will be a little bit misleading. It's not directly over the jack. And of course we do have some amazing umpires here if they'd like to call a measure. A lot of times you do find that the players will measure themselves. But I mean, you might as well use these guys are here, why not? you know, they need to earn their bacon butters. Again, Dan Blute is poised at that top end. It's like meerkats in hiding. They perform the meerkat look as soon as they're likely to be a measure about. Well, that broke the pattern of Falkland struggling at the ends away from commentary. Getting a nice little lead here now at 9-2. Still, it's possible to score 9 on an end, so need to keep going. As I mentioned before, it's round robin group stages, so every shot counts. There you go, there's our up-to-date scores. Falklands lead 9-2 on our feature rink, and on rink 3, Guernsey have now taken a 15-0 lead. Next game up, if you can join us at 12 o'clock, is Host Nation Guernsey are competing against Jersey, so that'll be a humdinger of a game. Join us for that at 12 o'clock if you can get to see while you're having a nice Sunday roast somewhere. Sunday roast and a game of bowls, you can't beat it.
Like a foot through, so we just open it up slightly. So draw aim for my foot as the jack, basically. Aim for my foot as the jack, basically.
All the teams have had the opportunity to book practice sessions. I think we just currently have one player that hasn't arrived yet, but is just playing in the singles, and he's all the way from Bermuda, so he's got a bit of a distance to travel. Not as far as the guys from Falklands, though. Chatting to them all yesterday, and they were saying it's fantastic to be able to play in something that's like this, the friendly games.
This one is in front, so this one is in front. Just come around this one. Just play the same just come around this one. Exactly the same. Just play the same body, just around. Exactly the same. We'll just come around. That's all we need. Very good effort, Ollie. Very good effort. Very good effort, Ollie. Very good effort.
Okay, there's something nice to sit on. Okay, there's something nice to sit on. That.
Try first just to draw it in. Try first just to draw it in as well. Just around this bowl. Yeah, just around this bowl.
You can hear the South African tones of Cecil there, instructing Chris to just come round that bowl if you can. Just drawing in. Got a nice rest on the blue bowls at the back.
That's us anyway. Sit here. Come and sit here. Go on, Jean. Come on. Go on, Jean. Go on, Jean. Go on, Jean. Okay. Okay.
Play with a little bit of weight. Play with a little bit of weight. Not fire, just a little bit of weight. Come in here, just to come in here, and if it moves the jack, that's also fine. If it moves the jack, that's also fine. Not fire, just a little bit of weight. Not fire, just a little bit of weight. Yeah.
Cecil just asking Chris to just play over the weight here, reach the bowl, turn it out. Tough ask to just get round the short bowl. But even if he moves it out the way, I tell you what, he's on a very good line. He was unfortunate to just get wrecked on that, but it has got rid of it.
Put up your last. Put up your last.
Applause from the other rank 3, because Guinnessmont are on the board. They've just scored the first shot, so there was a nice round of applause from the crowd here.
Exactly the same.
All the competitors have either had to fly over or come by ferry, but they've come to a lovely island, a beautiful island of Guernsey. If you've never been, you really must have a look at the websites and see if you can get over.
It's okay, good effort. It's okay, good effort.
Another one in. Another one in.
Chris probably just felt like he could reach that bowl, so just overplayed really. I think Cecil was after more of a just over a draw shot 2 feet on. He's got the opportunity to play it himself now, unless Jean makes the difference. No, it's still there for you, Cecil. Again, Sally just trotting back to the mat. Watching this. Not sure the weight's quite right. Can it hold for that bowl? Got it. Well, it's not made it any harder now because it's still a length bowl. If he sat it down, it would have made things a heap harder. Ken James asking for a covering bowl. Sally looks under the line here. Well, it was pretty good for a draw.
Weight was okay.
Cecil can really pick his weight now. The bowl he needs to get rid of is a length bowl. Going a bit quicker. Oh, he's blocked his long line up. He might have to go very quick here with his next one. See if Sally can.
It's that up, Sally.
Yeah, June's asking her to reach these 2 bowls here.
No, we've got the one. No, it's that up. No, it's that up. Yeah. Your weight is fine. Your weight is fine. Not too much. Not too much. Just let one come back in. Just that little bit. Think that mine puts the jack. Think that mine puts the jack there. Aim for there.
Well, it's certainly down a decent line. Just overplayed, but it's another positional bowl because the feeling that this is the first game we've seen of Cecil here in Guernsey. I don't know whether he's got a big strike or not. But his ideal is really taking that bowl next to the jack out. He's gearing up for this. Playing a big runner. Is it close? Oh, he's taking his two closest bowls away. I think they're looking for two there. Yeah, down a good line. Oh, she's just overplayed this. It's another shot to the Jersey triple. Not sure whether she's looking for two here. Just the one.
Go on, Falklands. Go on, Falklands.
Shout for come on Falklands there from the crowd here. There's a few in watching now. So the venue here has shooting and table tennis as well. Nice cafe available. Come and get a brew or a sandwich. Oh, great start here from Anne. Good lead. She was practising well yesterday with Anne, so certainly settled down now. We're on the 9th end. Maximum ends we can play is 18, so we're up to halfway through. But as I mentioned before, there is also a 2.5 hour limit on these games, so they need to keep an eye on the times as well. We have a timekeeper. One of the umpires is timekeeping as well. That, ladies and gentlemen. So we still have one or two gremlins in the works just this morning for the first game. I always have it. Doesn't matter which of the big broadcasters you are, even if you're a setup like we have in Guernsey here, which is quite amazing. We were the first sport in the NatWest International Island Games to announce we were going to stream. A few other sports that are also streaming, so you can pick that up on the Island Games website. Various different sports being streamed if you want to have a look across. But I'd rather you stayed with us here at the Indoor Bowls. Again, it must look like a nice target from there. I think he's just going to lose this bowl into the ditch. Once it's gone in the ditch at the back of the rink, it's no longer in play.
Chris, I just need one in here. Chris, I just need one in here. Just beat this one. Just beat this one.
Yeah, good shout from Cecil there. We need just another one in the head for the Falklands. It must look like a nice target, but the The girls of Jersey have certainly started this end very well.
Have we got a back one?
Falkland Islands are one of the furthest travelled islands taking part. Islands are just off South America. Population 4,000. And Jersey is another one of the Channel Islands.
Lady, but it might work.
As I mentioned before, they have a population of 103,000. Great trail bowl there. You just see
Still got holes?
the bowl being chalked by Sally. That means that if that goes into the ditch, it remains live.
Come this way. Well, that's against. So if you knock that, it comes.
How many
They
are we
take
down?
it. No,
We're
we hold.
holding.
Yeah, we hold for this one. Oh, actually.
Be quite tight this.
It's a measure. Take it
And
as a
this
measure
one's,
because I can't
this
see.
side is against.
This one's against. You need to come here. Put it out. Put it out.
Asking for the wide draw. Again, this could be down this hand. Just make sure you get the right weight with it. As I mentioned before, it's always really good with streaming when you've got
Well, Jean.
microphones. You get to hear a
He's
little
up,
bit of
he's up.
how they're calling the shots. This is a great line, but she's just overplayed it. Come on. Oh no, it's just dropped off. Fortunate with that, because that would have set up a different shot for Sally.
Well, he did.
Don't think they know which of those two balls is shot at the
Just draw
moment.
here against theirs. You hit your own, it's also fine. Draw around this red ones, just in here. To my foot.
Two shots here for Falklands, either turn their own bowl.
This is against
Or
us,
reach
this
shot
one.
bowl.
You just draw against it or against your own.
One jack high.
Just behind. Just behind. Just draw to my foot. Just draw to my foot.
Overplayed again, one in the ditch. Still there for the two skips. Always handy as well when you've seen the head, you know what shot is in your mind to play. As I mentioned before, the leads and number twos cannot go up to the head, whereas the skips can.
No. No. No, no. No, no, no. No. Well, Sally, let's say it's a measure. Sally, let's say it's a measure.
Yeah, I think that's right. I think the girls from Jersey are just saying you have to play it as if it's a measure. You don't want to be negative here and then find out you shot down. Just overplayed. Oh, Cecil's already lined up for This forehand shot, it must look very nice down there. Turn his own bowl in, reach shot bowl, turn it out. He's down a great line to turn his own bowl. Oh, just looking that weight. The girls need to be a little bit careful here. They need to get something else in this head. 2 foot on Cyril's last, and sorry, Cecil's last, and he takes that bowl out.
Hang on, hang on.
Sally, go and have a look at this. She's confident enough to.
If it would be me,
Jean's instructions.
even if it's to roll them up. But it's you. So play this way. So play this way. Play it whatever way you want. Play it whatever way you want.
Well, an interesting choice of shot here. But it is, again, whatever you feel confident playing. You should have taken her own bowl out. I think they were in all sorts of a pickle there. Now, Cecil, adjust this by 2 feet. Remove the jersey bowl.
Narrow this line. Narrow this line. All right.
Well, it's all on its pace now. He's tightened it up. What a shame. But
Nice try.
now,
Same. That way.
I'm not sure about this choice of shot for Sally. If they have a chance of holding shot here,
That one's ours.
any touch on
Even if you
those
put it to my foot, leave the head
short
alone.
Falklands bowls would turn the Falkland bowl in for good. And that was reflected in that. We might see an umpire called. Dan Blewett's gone into meerkat mode up there, watching just in case. Now, Cecil, can we get rid of that jersey bowl? It's a higher line, definitely.
Yeah. It's a hard shot.
Well, looking interesting. Can it move now? It just hung off. More his pace than anything, I think. Yep, we have our first umpire call of the NatWest International Games here in Guernsey. And it's Dan Blewett stepping onto the rink. He'll ask the players to remove any bowls that are not involved in the measure. I think both bowls are sat quite comfortably, probably don't need chocking. If he was worried about a bowl falling over, he would actually chock the bowls. It's the box end of the measure to the jack. That's a perfect view of that. Now, did Jersey hang on to that shot? They didn't want to Falkland Islands. They lead 10-3 after 9 ends. Don't forget, if you're just tuning in now, welcome to the 2023 NatWest International Island Games. There's 14 sports. We're proud to be one of those sports, the indoor bowls here from the Guernsey Indoor Bowls Stadium. It's a biannual event from the International Island Games Association. And here in Guernsey we have 24 competing islands across 14 different sports. And quite a spectacle yesterday evening as 2,000 competitors walked down the frontier at St Peter Port. Packed crowd. It was even better because the rain stopped, so we didn't all get drowned, which was even better. Third time bowls has been included in the games.
3 feet.
add a meter to that last one.
Over you, love.
Come on, Ollie. 1.5.
Just been informed by our technical team, ladies and gentlemen, that if you would like to put any questions to us on the YouTube chat, please feel free to do so. If we don't know the answers, we'll certainly find people that do for you. One of the questions we have already had brought in was why have we not got England and Scotland involved? Of course we do have Wales involved. Ynys Môn are out there, little island of Anglesey off Wales. You go over the Menai Bridge, it's absolutely beautiful over there. If you ever get a chance to get over there, they play Crown Green over there, that are taking part in this indoor bowls for the first time. But it's all to do with how many the population is within the island itself. Currently, I believe they have to be under 105,000 in population. Jersey, I believe, is our biggest island involved, and they're at 103 at the moment. So it's all to... Oh dear, somebody's not listened to the please turn your phones off. Nice little noise came over on our camera volume there. Saw Cecil and Sally turn around and glare at somebody, so I think they'll have turned the phone off. Bit of a ropey end here at the moment, nothing terribly close.
Just wider.
Say it this way. That's us anyway. They're all holding. Just need something in the head. Come this way. That's us. Push up.
All about just trying to get something close now. First one in often happens with ends like this because we've got a lot of soldiers at the front there blocking the way through. Just need to weave round these short bowls. This looks quite a tight line.
Push on that red then.
Still a tad wider and an extra foot or so. Don't come around this one. Just around this. Anything around that is shot.
And Chris has certainly caught with some good bowls so far in this game. Just a draw past the short bowls is what Cecil's asked for. Well, line looks very good for the draw. I'm not just sure the pace is going to get him here. Oh, it's fooled everybody as this length of jack.
Yeah, that's another one in.
And that one a bit closer. There's still a good yard of room there.
This one. This one. This one. This one. Yeah. It's holding anyway. We need something in the head. Come round and come here.
I can't see it around, but I can see it.
Well, whatever you see then. Just draw in.
all about just getting that bowl in.
If your weight's good, it's good. Oh, ease up.
Looks a good line from Jean if she can just overplayed again. Well, now the skips have seen that space. They know they've got 2 foot to draw into. Again, just pick your hand. Target bowl on the right hand side. If you want to draw down the backhand, just get inside that. Or down the left side, you're just getting round the short bowl. Looks a bit wide.
And your arm, Sally.
Probably the worst end that the 6 players have had here. It's hard for the skips now. They've got to try and either get round a bowl or weave their way through. Well, that's another bowl coming to the head.
We're holding it just the one now. How far is that? There ain't one short, I will just push it to the side. That's not a meter more. So that 3/4 of a meter? That's not off. Okay, right.
He's turning his back on this. Like I say, it's not easy to just get round a bowl and be perfect weight. Certainly the worst end
On down.
all 6 have had.
Short point is down.
Chance here for the Jersey ladies.
It's playing to rest that one. But still draw.
This is a tight line. She's reaching to try and punch her bowl closer. Don't think it's going to do that. Don't think she's got the weight for that. Well, this doesn't make it any easier for the players. I think it's just the one. Another shot there to the Falkland Islands.
Four. Try and get it back here. Three.
So you probably heard a bit of a cheer again there. Eunice Mon ladies have scored again. So the score on rink 3 with Guernsey versus Eunice Mon is 17-4. They've had a bit of a shuffle on there. They've played 12 ends. They're up to their 13th end. Whereas over on the feature rink, Falkland Islands lead 11-3. as we go into the 11th end. There's a question come in about the stadium here in Guernsey. We're a 6-rinker. 2 of the rinks have cameras on them.
Just like the narrower.
Depend on which games are on which rinks. So we have feature games on rink 2 or rink 5. When we go into the singles and pairs, there's a mixture of games on. We'll feature singles and also some pairs. But yeah, 6 rinks here. Great changing room facilities, loads of chairs. You probably can see off some of our cameras that there's a nice balcony upstairs with a lovely bar that you can get yourself a drink and go and have a view from upstairs. It's quite nice to view from up there because you can see across the rinks. Chalked ball there, just touch the jack, so gets a chalk mark on it.
That's a better line. That's a better line.
Yeah, and again, just went through a couple.
Again, as I mentioned before, we've got games at 12 o'clock start, 3 o'clock start and 6 o'clock start today, all in the triples group stages, the round robins.
Okay, just draw onto Ollie's ball. Anyway, yeah.
Coming down well.
We're 3 down. We're 3 down. This is the shot. Just nice draw in.
Yeah, the ladies from Jersey are 3 down here, but there is a draw in. Must look quite nice from the mat to draw to those. Just over the draw would do.
Sit on the blue then. Okay.
Same, just draw into Ollie's ball.
Into them too.
Yes. Better. Much better.
That's another one there to rest on. Her pace was pretty good with the last bowl from Jean. Just a touch wider.
Come on, Jane. Come on, Jane.
She's certainly on a line with this. Must be in the area.
Oh, there's a gap.
Oh wow. Holes for bowls, I say. There was a gap there and she found it.
But that side of Ollie's ball would be better, but just try exactly the same.
Falklands need to try and block this off.
Yep.
Chris is down a good line. Certainly watching it. There's another one in and about.
Okay. In or jack back. Draw or jack
Yeah,
back.
I don't think Jean needs to change much in her weight. It's just a little bit of a touch more green if she can.
Come on, Jean. Work it. Work it.
Another good effort. It's one of those, it's all just building against Jersey at this end. Could see a big gun come out from Sally here. Needs to play a lot of weight down the middle of this, just try and scatter stuff about. Give herself a chance with the next bowls. Again, not knowing some of these players. Sure what sort of weighty shot she likes to play. A lot of players just like to play just over that yard. And Cecil's got a chance here to close this down, block it off. That's what he's gone for. Might just be slightly under the line. Anything's in the eye line though. Anything's in an eye line for a runner. Just slightly under. Yeah, I think we need a big gun out here. Chosen to play just over the weight. I think she could be under here. She could be under here. Well. All the time, it's just building up against you here, Sally. I think she needs to call a big runner. Because Cecil's got another chance here of blocking it up, and this is a good bowl. This is coming into a good home, that. Short of the head, really tightens it up, right. Big runner, right through the middle. And she's just asking her to play to the bowls. I think this is a tough shot.
You play with a yard. That one's ours, but forget about that one. You need to come in between those two to into the pile.
And she's certainly watching it. I think with this weight it'll just hold off. She needs to get some sort of nice result. Oh, it did get a good result.
Holding 1, 2.
Look, these two definitely count.
Which balls is holding? This two.
Yeah, I think so. First one's just taken in here now.
It's coming to have a look at this because it has changed. The head has changed. Needs to just have a check of what he's happy playing here. Certainly doesn't want to make it a bigger target for Sally.
Yeah.
That's against us. That ball in front of you is against us.
That's us.
Is that us okay? Thank you. Stand away.
It's okay, it's okay.
He's changed it.
Wasn't sure which ball that was.
It's made life a lot harder for Sally now. Again, as we've said many times, it's always choice of shot, what you're confident playing. Us that brave it to sit in commentary, we kind of call the shots that we think should be played, or perhaps even that we would play. Just felt that that set up badly for Sally. So, shots, decisions been made.
Can you see it?
Looking to just push that bowl, trail the jack. Jean just showing Sally the length of the jack there with a foot. Sally can't see it from the mat. Players do that. A lot of players like to see the foot to see where. Now, oh,
Taken one out. Well done.
got rid of one. I think it might just be the one to Falkland Islands here. One being declared.
Two. Two, Sally.
Rescue, was it?
Two.
Sorry.
Two declared.
Three.
Falkland
Where are
Islands
we at?
lead 13-3 now after 11 ends. Over on rink 3, the score is 17-5 to the Guernsey triple.
Five on the back.
Sorry.
There we go, there's the card for you from the both rinks. We've played 11 ends and going into our 12th end here on rink 5. Over on rink 3, they're actually playing the 14th end. 18 ends or 2.5 hours. We started just after 9 o'clock this morning because we played the opening ceremony first at 8:45. We had the athletes and officials' oaths and the opening ceremony party. And if you do go onto our YouTube, you'll find that live to pick up with our MC Richard Madison
Run through a good meter.
hosting that opening ceremony. And the skip we're watching here on rink 5, Cecil Alexander, actually gave the athlete's oath for the indoor bowls. He did it very well, I must say. He was given a choice, but as he was playing the next session, it was very good of him to do that for the event. It's always nice to have your own little opening ceremony. If anybody hadn't made it to St Peter's Port last night to see the main opening ceremony, you got to see the official's oath, the player's oath, and several of our dignitaries here that I'll probably come to mention to you over the next few hours, as one of them is actually playing at 12 o'clock on our live stream. Isn't it interesting? Again, it's an end coming towards the commentary on rink 5 that both leads have really struggled to find. A couple of short bowls in the way will not help further on down the end for the skips. As I mentioned, these 4 teams that are competing this morning are all in Group A. And we've also got Orkney in this group. And at 12 o'clock it features Group B, where it's Guernsey versus Jersey. And the other triple from the Falkland Islands versus the Western Isles. And all the results are on the International Games website. If you miss a session because you've gone into church or you're round at the in-laws for your Sunday roast, just say to them, can we put the YouTube on, please? And any questions, bob them down to us. Like I say, we have 4 of the top officials in the world here umpiring. Currently we've got Alan Thornhill Umpy, as some will know him, And Dan Blewett out there on the rinks at the moment, but waiting in the sidelines to come out onto the stage at 12 o'clock, we have Francis Fletcher and Mike Davies. So 4 of the best out there, so if they can't answer your questions on rules, nobody can. But we have several umpires around. In fact, I've actually got an umpire sat next to me, working the cameras at the moment for this first streaming. He's also performing in the singles later in the week. Ian Merrion is sat next to me. It's a very, very team working here. Everybody's pulled together to get these games on. Ian, as I mentioned, is competing in the singles, but he's working the cameras for you in this live stream this morning. Josh Bonsall, who's the indoor bowls coordinator for this Island Games, he steps onto the rinks next week in the pairs, so everybody's juggling. All I'm juggling is my cup of coffee and my jelly babies. Jelly babies kindly provided by the Guernsey ladies. But we've also got some Haribo provided by the Falklands. So we're quite happy sat here in commentary. Nice view of the rinks. Now, back to the game. As I mentioned before, it seems to be coming towards the commentary position that the players are struggling for line and length. The better heads seem to be building away from commentary. And we even had Jet the Puffin in earlier, the Island Games mascot. One of the questions we've just had coming in is about the scores. Currently on the feature rink, Chris just wafting that bowl trying to get it to come closer to the jack, but on the feature rink it's Falklands versus Jersey, and the Falkland Islands lead 13-3, and we're into the 12th end. And over on the Guernsey versus Eunice Mon on rink 3, Guernsey lead 21-5. As I mentioned before, it's 18 ends or 2.5 hours. Group stages, it's 2 points for a win, 1 point for a draw, obviously no points for a loss. And if at the end of all the group stages there's 2 teams tied, it will come down to how many shots they've scored. So it's quite important to remember that shots count. Many a time have I seen somebody miss out of a particularly singles group stage because they missed out by 1 shot or 2 shots, so every shot counts here. Well, that's just proved the fact that it can be drawn to up here. Cecil's just drawn a beautiful shot down the forehand there. Of course, the top players here will be quite happy to play in the triples because it's giving them a good practice out at competitive level before they play in either the singles or the pairs.
But you would have to play with a slightly tighter line onto that one.
A runner here. Under the line, can she get a result off another bowl? Oh, she got rid of Cecil's. Good shot. Oh, now I've seen you play that runner, Sally. Why didn't you do it at the last end?
Ball closest to you, is that us? 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 Thank you.
one, but I fancy, or two down. Wave one, or two down. Play what you think. Play what you think.
I'm looking at a measure here. Looking like Chris is saying 2. I'm pretty sure Chris signalled 2 there, so that would make it a lead of 15-3. I'll just wait until that's confirmed. Now this seems to be the direction that all 6 players are finding the lines. Let's see if Ollie can set this up. Well, he's turned his back. Oh, he's definitely not found the line with that. Is that not a drinks all round? Where's the bar? Where's Ollie? Get to the bar. Mind you, talking about bars, some of the islands here have had signed contracts that they can't consume alcohol while at the event. It's interesting to sort of chat to the players about the different playing conditions that each island has brought to the fore for their competitors. Now come on, Ollie. Get the bowl the right way around in the hand. He's got no excuses. The Innismon girls didn't know which way to put the stickers on because Crown Greeners don't play with stickers on bowls. So, and actually, to be fair, if you haven't played this game, it's often better to have stickers on your bowl, and then you know which is the bias side, and the bias side is normally shown by the smaller sticker, the dot.
Well, it's running okay.
Hold the line.
Running well here, just under the line.
Looks a bit better. Gonna be short.
You can get round that. Yep.
Yeah? You need another yard.
For those of you that are tuning in at the moment and would like to know the next game up, if you're interested, it's Guernsey and it's
This one is off of me.
Catherine Bonsall.
My
No,
foot.
it was Catherine Snell. She's just recently got married. Shirley Petit and Ali Merrion MBE, and they're facing Jersey. Luc Lesoir, Cyril Renouf, and he likes to be called Riv, but Michael Riv. Again, one of the favourites here for the singles game. And obviously, Ollie Merrian's one of the favourites too, so I think that might be a really good game coming up at 12 o'clock. Like I say, if you're having your Sunday roast, try and tune in with us. And that's over on rink 2.
Either way.
You just need to beat that goal, really. Come in there.
I think our umpire there, Dan Blewett, is just asking the players to try and keep the scoreboards up to date so that we can keep our live scores for you going. If you can't stay with us on the live stream, the live scores are available on the Island Games website, as the scores are for all the sports. If you want to keep in the loop with any of the 14 sports that are taking place here, again, as mentioned at this venue, we also have shooting and table tennis. 3 totally different spectrums of sports here for you. Nice big car park, food and drink available. Come down and support if you can. If you're in the area, if you live on the island, please come down, support your athletes and all the athletes from all the 24 countries that are competing. And if you're not on the island and can't get down, stay with us on YouTube. We're live for all 5 days, play right up to the singles and pairs finals on Thursday.
Looks a little bit better. Come on. Yes, Chris.
I have to say, Chris has played very, very well, and he will be pleased with that. I met Chris and his wife down on the harbour last night after the opening ceremony, and we were having a nice look round the boats down there. Lovely couple. Saying that also because they provided us with Haribo in the commentary position. We're open to any bribes with sweets and chocolates in here, no problem at all. The main sponsors here for the games are NatWest, good supporters of the International Island Games, and it is lovely to see all the friendly nations coming together, all the islands. We have a ceremony at the opening ceremony where they pour water from each of the islands into a water feature to show the islands' waters coming together.
What's the yard, Sally? That is that down. So you'd have to come inside of it, or hands is there. Just that up onto it.
My director's just telling me that when I do turn the speakers back on to talk to you, we do get the background noise of the air conditioning, and I boastfully said that's because we're on warm island, we need air conditioning. Previous places that I have commentated on have been so bitterly cold I've had to wear jumpers and thermals and all sorts, so I'm not going to complain about the aircon in the background. Lovely day here in Guernsey.
2 yards up.
Few spectators coming in. Nice to see people from different sports seem to be walking past the window and coming and having a little bit of a look at the game. We actually have the oldest competitor of the games here playing the indoor bowls this week from Alderney. Paul Richardson, 85 years old. So, again, Falklands in control here. Just see if poor Ollie can deliver all 3 bowls the right bias this time. We'll be picking on him later. That was 1 shot to the Falklands, 16-3.
How many from the minimum? How many from the minimum? 2.
3 and off, 3 and off. More.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's better start. That's better start.
Yes, before it always seems to be this direction towards commentary where players are struggling. That was a better opening bowl from Ollie. And looks good for pace. Just a little bit short.
You are just, Jack eye. Stay this side, in front. More than enough. You wait.
So, feature game. Falkland Islands lead 15-3. We're into the 14th end, and on the other rink 3, Guernsey lead 25-5, and now into their 16th end.
Something nice to sit on.
Because of our technical issues to begin with, I didn't quite get the time we started, but I'm reliably informed it's about 10 to 12 for the final whistle.
Yeah, your weight's good.
To be precise, we've now been told it was 51, so it'll be 11:51 that the final bell will go for the 2.5 hours. And then, as I mentioned before, we'll join you after the trial ends for probably the big game of the day. Jersey versus Guernsey. The rivalry of the islands.
You can still get play in there. This is when you want to get out anyway. Yes, Anne. Come on. Hold now.
They sang, Chris. Anything inside of this?
For the draw down the forehand for Chris here.
This way. There is a line in. Oh, it's a neat draw, a tight draw. Play this way if you're comfortable.
Still a nice draw down this hand. Oh, this looks a little bit under.
18. Hold now.
White was good, or was it too wide? Just slightly narrower. On the inside of there's the red one, obviously. Just slightly narrower than your previous one. Same weight. Inside here.
Lots of media interest here at the games. We've got various different media outlets coming down to film and interview players, and
I would still play those right there. Below mine. Might come off there.
if you do happen to get the Bowls International, the Bowls International have been very supportive of
Right, get lucky.
the events. They're doing dailies for us and keeping an idea on the scores for you as well, so
Yeah.
very grateful to their support.
Come on the inside of this one. Just have to beat this one. Anything in here.
Dude. Draw this hand. Good, Steve.
Not looking
We're
bad.
getting close to 12 o'clock. I've just
Stop.
spotted
It's to stop.
Alice and Mary and MBE. Like I say, the favourite probably to win the singles here because it's a home club. She's just walked past change, so I should imagine they're all gearing up for the 12 o'clock game.
2, 3. Push that up. Push that up. Lauren.
Well, again, it's always good with these sort of games that the skips get to see the head before they go down to bowl. And it's keeping the game going, not having the seconds being able to visit the head. All about getting as much bowls as we can in the time we've got, and for you viewers at home.
Take that one. That one's ours.
Now, Sally, what's your pace like? It's under the line, but might get a bit of a result.
Oh, unlucky.
Only one or two?
Nice wide draw here for Cecil. Just got to slip past that. 7 for 2. It was just unlucky really, because I think his pace, if it had just drifted past, would have been perfect. It makes it harder now for the ladies. Again, I think I'd be seeing a bit of a runner down the backhand through that gap. Yeah, there you go. Call that one for a Jean. Right down that gap.
Those two are games. That one's ours. Even if you touch that one, Sally, we've got 2 woods at the back.
She's going to have a look at this. I don't blame her. She's calling you the right shot, Sally, but just get it in your head first. Ditch weight down that backhand. Might get a bit of luck off one of the front 2, but that would be played for if you play that weight. Underline, it's got to hold. Can it get the front bolt?
Oh, unlucky.
She played the right pace. That was the right pace for the job. Just under a bowl, really. Running back to the mat there. Nice forehand draw. Just overplayed here, I think. He's thinking 2 shots at the moment. Now, she's chosen the same shot. Under a line here. Definitely under the line this time. Oh, no reaction off that ball. She would just turn that in. She could have got some sort of result. I'm thinking it's 2. We'll find out in a moment. 2. So that gives the Falkland Islands an 18-3 lead. And on the other rink, Guernsey are now leading 28-5. They're playing the 17th end. We'll be coming up close to bell time. 1 minute, I think. I think this will be the last end for both lots of play.
Three and a half. From the back, from the back.
You just did wide last night. You wait with the part to put through.
There you go, confirmation of the scores. Guernsey are going to have a resounding result there. The bell's just gone. The bell's just gone, so we're into the final end for both.
2 feet behind.
And Ollie's led a very good bowl after sending his bowl at the last end the wrong bias. He's made up for it with this one. So as I mentioned, if you can join us straight after this, the second session will have their trial ends and we'll be going on to feature rink number 2 for Jersey versus Guernsey after a short break. Hopefully you can stay with us. If you can't, as I mentioned before, you can always follow the scores on the website.
Just a little bit better.
This is building up very nicely. I'm going to say predominantly going away. It'll be interesting in the next game that we have on Rink 5 to see if the competitors there have a similar situation where they find going away from the commentary box easier. This is a better bowl. She's disappointed with that, but it's second bowl in. To give themselves a chance now, Jersey, they need to try and make sure that Falkland Islands don't get too many shots. Every shot counts.
That's looking bad, Chris. Just needs to turn.
One down. If you see it that way, play it that way. Push it through. Come on in.
Just a bit unlucky there. Went for it. Shaking hands now in the Guernsey game. That's finished with a score of 35 to Guernsey. That's Guernsey's men's side. Guernsey's ladies are just about to take to the rink. Or Guernsey's women rather. And calling for a runner here. Now, looks a tad under the line to me.
Yeah, and heavy.
It's not a big target though. Needs to get round the outside of those bowls.
It's okay.
One.
Pleased you've been able to join us this morning. Don't forget we do have a game coming up straight after this. Short break and we start a new stream. We do apologise for the gremlins that existed at the beginning of this game, but as we all know, these technical hitches happen. But hopefully the game at 12 o'clock start will go without a hitch. That's probably famous last words, isn't it? Meanwhile, let's see what the guys from the Falklands and the women from Jersey can finish off at this end. Just underplayed that. Cecil's played very well this game. I have to say predominantly it seems to have been Christopher Locke that's done the big damage. Chris, he's played very well. Oh, again, just a unlucky result there. She's actually showing that she plays a few runners here. asking for a draw now. There is a bit of an open draw there, not the easiest shot. Oh, she really got a nice edge off that as well. So it will be very interesting later on today. Our feature group next, or feature game, is on rink 2, which is the other stream drink. But it will be interesting when we have our next game on rink 5 to see if again they struggle playing towards where the spectators are. Because predominantly with this game the better ends have been towards the scoreboard end.
Oh no. Oh.
Well, shaking hands time. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Again, apologies for the early gremlins, but these things happen. Hopefully you'll be able to join us for the next live stream with our feature game of Jersey men versus Guernsey women. Thank you for joining us for Falklands versus Jersey.